good morning.
Good morning, Mayong Buntag.
Maayong buntag Yamacha.
Oh, yo. Oh, okay, Lako. Because I slept well last night and my brains worked from 4 a.m.
So early. Why?
It's normal.
You get up around 4 a.m.
Around 4 a.m. and starts meditation for 40 minutes.
You do meditation. Wow.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes.
By the way, Yamacha,
Hi,
I'm
hi.
so sorry the last time because there's a power interruption in the office.
Oh, do you remember that? Oh, of course. Okay. Don't mention it.
So sorry.
Because I have experienced the similar situation. Because network trouble or system down, etc.
Yeah, but it's in the office. So I was like, what's wrong? Like, office is totally dark at that time.
Totally.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Because all teachers, like, the class was cut.
Okay. It's unusual.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
It's I'm sorry. It's not unusual.
Yeah. But this time, Yamachang, let's
Hi.
start with your class, okay?
Of course.
So your last paragraph was New York until stage 8, paragraph 684, and your last headword was Netherlands.
Netherlands. Yes, that's right.
This time, let's go back a little and just tell me if you can hear me well.
Okay.
Let's start.
Okay.
What are the benefits of regular physical exercise? What are the benefits of regular physical exercise?
The benefits of the regular physical
exercise
exercise
are good health,
are good health,
more
more energy, etc.
When arguing with someone,
Mm.
do you ever suddenly agree with them just for the sake of peace and quiet? When arguing with someone, do you ever suddenly agree with them just for the sake of peace and quiet? Yes.
Yes.
When
When arguing with someone, I sometimes suddenly agree with them just for the sake of peace and quiet.
Do you think it's important for parents who smoke to try to give up smoking for the sake of their children? Do you think it's important for parents who smoke to try to give up smoking for the sake of their children? Yes.
Yes,
I
I think it's important for parents who smoke to try to give up smoking for the sake of their children.
If two people have very similar names, do you sometimes get them mixed up? If two people have very similar names, do you sometimes get them mixed up? Yes. No.
Yes, if two people have very similar names, I sometimes get them mixed up.
Which word am I spelling all mixed up? C-I-R-H-A. Which word am I spelling all mixed up? C-I-R-H-A.
You are spelling the word chair all mixed up.
Do you think a sense of humor is one of the most important parts of a person's character? Do you think a sense of humor is one of the most important parts of a person's character? Yes. No.
Yes,
I
I think a sense of humor is one of the most important parts of a person's character.
Do people wear formal dress when they go to a wedding? Do people wear formal dress when they go to a wedding? Yes.
Yes, people wear formal dress when they go to a wedding.
When discussing painting, who do we mean by the old masters? When discussing painting, who do we mean by the old masters?
When discussing painting
by the old
by the old masters,
we
women painters such as Rembrandt, Michelangelo, etc.
Can you name me one of Shakespeare's masterpieces? Can you name me one of Shakespeare's masterpieces? Yes.
Yes, I can name you one of Shakespeare's masterpieces,
Hamlet.
Hamlet.
What do you know? What do you think it would take you to master another foreign language? How long do you think it would take you to master another foreign language?
I think it would take me about at least 3,000 hours to master another foreign language.
Now I will say a sentence and I want you to make a similar sentence with the word so.
Okay.
I had no money for the bus and consequently I had to walk home. I had no money for the bus and consequently I had to walk home. I had
I had no money for the bus, so I had to walk home.
I'll show you where the key is kept in order that you don't have to ask me next time. I'll show you where the key is kept in order that you don't have to ask me next time.
I show you where the key is kept so that you don't have to ask me next time.
We wore very light clothes in order not to suffer from the heat. We wore very light clothes in order not to suffer from the heat.
We wore very light clothes so as not to suffer from the heat.
If I went to the supermarket and bought some milk, cheese, bread, etc. I went to the supermarket and bought some milk, cheese, bread, etc.
I went to the supermarket and bought some milk, cheese, bread, and so on.
Now, as before, I will say a sentence and I want you to make a similar sentence with the word so. I never knew he had such a large quantity of money. I never knew he had such a large quantity of money. I
never knew he had so much money.
Now, I haven't had an accident in my car till now. I haven't had an accident in my car till now.
I haven't had an accident in my car so far.
As regards my knowledge of the situation, the problem has been solved. As regards my knowledge of the situation, the problem has been solved. So far
as I know, the problem has been solved.
Is it important for teachers to praise children when they do things well? Is it important for teachers to praise children when they do things well?
Yes, it's important for teachers to praise children when they do things well.
What's the danger of giving children too much praise? What's the danger of giving children too much praise?
The danger of giving children too much praise is that they might think they are better than they really are and start to become careless in their work.
Is it easy to get a loan from a bank? Is it easy to get a loan from a bank? Yes.
No, it isn't easy to get a loan from the bank.
Give me an example of the word furthermore, please. Give me an example of the word furthermore, please.
Alison speaks French perfectly. Furthermore, she can communicate quite well in German.
Give me an example of the word moreover, please. Give me an example of the word moreover, please. The company
make good products. Moreover, their prices are low.
How many toes do you have? How many toes do you have?
I have 10 toes.
Do you know any famous people personally? Do you know any famous people personally? Yes.
Yes. I know some famous people personally.
Do sensitive people sometimes take criticism too personally? Do sensitive people sometimes take criticism too personally?
Yes, sensitive people sometimes take criticism too personally.
When a person is in danger, do you think it's better for them to be conscious of the danger or not? When a person is in danger, do you think it's better for them to be conscious of the danger or not?
When a person is in danger, I think it's better for them to be conscious of the danger.
Why?
Because they can avoid the danger.
What do they give a hospital patient to make them unconscious before an operation? What do they give a hospital patient to make them unconscious before an operation? They usually give a hospital patient a special kind of gas or an injection to make them unconscious before an operation. On what occasions do people often feel self-conscious? On what occasions do people often feel self-conscious?
People often feel self-conscious on occasions such as formal gatherings or when they are with people they don't know.
What do we use to split wood? What do we use to split wood? We use
an axe to split wood.
If our favorite trousers split, would you repair them or throw them away? If your favorite trousers split, would you repair them or throw them away?
If my favorite trousers split, I'd repair them.
When you eat in a restaurant with a group of friends, do you think the bill should be split equally among everyone? Or do you think each person should pay for what they personally ordered? When you eat in a restaurant with a group of friends, do you think the bill should be split equally among everyone? Or do you think each person should pay for what they personally ordered?
When I eat in a restaurant with a group of friends, I think each person should pay for what they personally ordered.
What does the idiom kill two birds with one stone mean? What does the idiom kill two birds with one stone mean?
The idiom kill two birds with one stone
means
do two things at the same time and therefore save time and energy.
Give me an example, please.
If I can find the book I need for school at the library, when I go there to return your books, I'll be killing two birds with one stone.
What is the most important use of the indefinite article the? What is the most important use of the definite article the?
The most important use of the definite article the is when we are referring to the something specific that is known to both the speaker and the listener.
Give me some examples, please.
The DVDs that I bought yesterday are great. Could you close the window, please? The sky is great today.
Listen, there are three other special uses of the definite article the that we should remember. Now, for example, the elephant is the heaviest land animal on Earth, and the mobile phone was invented in 1973. Let's practice.
Okay.
How can we sometimes use the word the to speak about things in general? How can we sometimes use the word the to speak about things in general? We can
sometimes use the word the to speak about things in general when we are speaking about types of animals or types of things.
Which is the heaviest land animal on Earth?
The elephant is the heaviest land animal on Earth.
When was the mobile phone invented?
The mobile phone was invented in 1973.
Listen, we sometimes put the definite article the in front of a name, but only when it is the name of a river, sea, ocean, and mountain chain. Now, for example, the Thames, the Mediterranean, the Atlantic, the Alps, etc. We do not use the with names of people and places. For example, Queen Elizabeth lives in London.
Okay.
When do we put the definite article the in front of a name? When do we put the definite article the in front of a name?
We put the definite article the in front of a name when it is the name of a river, sea, ocean, or mountain chain.
Give me some examples of mountain chains, please.
Some examples of mountain chains are the Andes, the Himalayas, the Alps, etc.
Now, which is the longest river in the world?
The Nile is the longest river in the world. Okay.
Finally, we occasionally put the word the in front of a name of a country, but only if the name is in plural in form. For example, the Philippines, the Netherlands, the United States of America.
The Philippines. Okay.
When do we put the word the in front of a name of a country? We put the word the in front of the name of a country. Only if the name is plural in form. Name some countries that are plural in form, please.
The Netherlands, the United States of America, etc., and the Philippines.
Repeat.
Okay.
Present.
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 Listen. Now, the difference between present and present is that present is a noun or adjective, whereas present is a verb. Now, let's practice.
Okay.
Do you think that the present state of the world is better than 100 years ago? Do you think that the present state of the world is better than 100 years ago? Yes, no.
Yes. I think that the present state of the world is better than 100 years ago.
Why?
Because it's now easier to do many things that we couldn't do 100 years ago. For example, native camp online lesson.
Yes, exactly. Now, were all the pupils present for the last lesson? Were all the pupils present for the last lesson? Yes, no.
No, not all the pupils
were
were present
present
for the last lesson.
Now, when a person retires from work after many years of employment in the same company, are they usually presented with a gift? When a person retires from work after many years of employment in the same company, are they usually presented with a gift?
Yes, when a person retires from work after many years of employment in the same company, they are usually presented with a gift.
In job interviews, are people sometimes judged more by the way they present themselves than by their abilities and experience? In job interviews, are people sometimes judged more by the way they present themselves than by their abilities and experience?
Yes, in job interviews, people are sometimes judged more by the way they present themselves than by their abilities and experience.
Do you enjoy choosing presents to give to other people, or do you find it stressful? Do you enjoy choosing presents to give to other people, or do you find it stressful?
I enjoy choosing presents to give to other people.
Repeat swear, swore, sworn.
Swear, swore, sworn.
Listen, the verb to swear means to say bad words, and people often swear when they hurt themselves or when they are angry.
Okay.
Let's practice.
Okay.
What does the verb to swear mean? What does the verb to swear mean?
The verb to swear means to say bad words.
What are the three forms of swear? What are the three forms of swear?
The three forms of swear are swear, swore, sworn.
When do people swear? When do people swear?
People swear when they hurt themselves
or
when they are very angry.
Are there some people who have never sworn in their lives? Are there some people who have never sworn in their lives?
Yes, there are some people who have never sworn in their lives.
Repeat lazy,
Lazy,
idle.
idle.
The word lazy means not willing to work. The word idle usually means the same as lazy, but only when we are describing people. For example, don't be so idle. Go and find a job. Let's practice.
Okay.
Who's the laziest person you know? Who's the laziest person you know? The
The laziest person
I
I know is Japanese politicians.
Okay. Does hot weather make you feel lazy? Does hot weather make you feel lazy? Yes, no.
No, hot weather doesn't make me feel lazy.
When we are describing people, what's another word for lazy? When we are describing people, what's another word for lazy? When we are
describing people, another word for lazy is idle.
Listen, when we are describing things, the word idle means not doing anything. And we can sometimes use idle with this meaning for people, but it is not very common. For example, I hate to be idle at work.
素晴らしい。
When
Good.
we are describing things, what does the word idle mean? When we are describing things, what does the word idle mean?
When we are describing things, the word idle means not doing anything.
If you park a car outside your house and left it idle for a few months, would it get very dirty? If you park a car outside your house and left it idle for a few months, would it get very dirty?
Yes, if I park a car outside my house and left it idle For a few months,
it
it get very dirty.
What do I mean if I say the workers were idle because the machines had broken down? What do I mean if I say the workers were idle because the machines had broken down?
If you say the workers were idle because the machines had broken down, you mean they were not doing anything because the machines had broken down.
Okay, but Yamachan, we don't have much time. If we will go to the new work
Oh,
that would be all for today's
okay,
new work,
okay,
and
okay,
let's
okay.
continue with your reading.
Okay, of course.
So for your last reading progress, you read until Stage8, paragraph 617, and your last head word was surgeon. So please start reading on paragraph 618 from the head word plural of nouns.
Okay. So, mascotnata, plural of nouns ending in F or FE, leaf, loaf, shelf, cliff. How do we generate from the plural of a noun ending in F or FE? We generally from the plural of a noun ending in F or FE by changing the F or FE to VES. Give me some examples, please. Leaf, leaves, loaf, loaves, shelf, shelves, knife, knives, life, lives, wife, wives, etc. What are three common exceptions to this rule? Three common exceptions to this rule are shelves, cliffs, and roofs. Deer, wood. What's the plural of deer? The plural of deer is deer. Where do deer prefer to live? In woods or open fields? Deer prefer to live in woods. Why? Because they are usually afraid of human beings and other animals. Next, mention. What kind of things do people often mention when they are telling you about a holiday they've just been on? People often mention the weather, the food, etc. When they are telling me about a holiday they've just been on. Give me another sentence with the word mention in it, please. In his speech to his employees, he mentioned that there was a possibility of wages being increased. Tell of. When does a mother tell of her child? A mother tells of her child when the child has done something wrong and made her angry. Partner. If you went into business, would you prefer to have a partner or to be alone? If I went into business, I'd prefer to be alone. Why? Because I'm actually doing business alone. Next, insist. If a friend buys you a drink in a bar, do you normally insist on giving them the money, or do you just buy them a drink the next time? If a friend buys me a drink in a bar, I normally insist on giving them the money. Board, floorboard, notice board, blackboard, deck, pot, director. What's the basic meaning of the word board? The basic meaning of the word board is a flat piece of wood. Give me some examples of what we get from the word board. Some examples of what we get from the word board are floorboard, notice board, etc. What do we use a notice board for? We use a notice board for putting notices on. It is a quick and easy way of giving news and information to everybody. Do you have to show your passport before you can board a plane? Yes, I have to show my passport before I can board a plane. What would happen if you went on board ship to say goodbye to a friend and you remained on board after the ship had left port? If I went on board ship to say goodbye to a friend and I remained on board after the ship had left port, I'd have to leave the ship at the next available port. What do we mean by a board of directors? By a board of directors, we mean a group of directors who control a company or other organization. What do we mean by a board meeting? By a board meeting, we mean a meeting of company directors around a table. If you stayed at a hotel on holiday, would you choose full board, half board, or a bed and breakfast? If I stayed at a hotel on holiday, I'd choose bed and breakfast. Idiom 15. CI to I equals agree with someone. What does the idiom CI to I mean? The idiom see eye to eye means agree with someone. Give me an example, please. She doesn't see eye to eye with her parents about the plans for the wedding. Next. Okay.
That would be all for today, Yama-chan. To view your progress, we had new work until stage 8, paragraph 687, and your last head word is idle.
Idle.
Before you're reading, you read until stage 8, paragraph
Yes.
621, and your last head word is idiom 15, see eye to eye.
See eye to eye.
Yama-chan, thank you so much for coming and for your...
And thank you for explaining the last lesson.
Yeah, thank you also for your patience.
Salama.
Take care.
Salama, Ampin. はい。というわけで、カランメソッドステージ8の動画でした。